So when I started Centonomy, it was completely different because I realized, yes, I love the work. I love doing the work, but I can't build a business that is just about me. First of all, my first journey of entrepreneurship was not Centonomy. Actually, there were two other companies I was involved in. One was managing investment groups and one was managing shares for people. And in both those companies, especially the one managing shares, what I found was, first of all, where I worked, I completely went, nobody was, you have a good idea, you think you have a skill, you think you're interested in something, and nobody is there to tell you, fine, where you worked, because my last employment was shares, but running a business is a completely different thing. And remember the first class we talked about accountant versus running an accounting firm. That's why I put that example in that class, because of what I went through. But I went with the mistake of what I saw in the bank I worked for, trying to set it up that way. And I think I spent a lot of time and I spent a lot of money trying to make it look like what I knew. And I learned that their exposure is so important, because I was trying to replicate what I was exposed to. Of course, life showed me very, very different things, and ultimately we had to change the business, and ultimately I did leave that business. I didn't leave it because it couldn't have worked. And when I look back, yes, the stock market went down, but I have had far worse times at Centonomy, far harder times than that. That was absolutely nothing. But you do this business and then something tells you that the energy you are putting in is a lot, but there's something about this business that was not a fit for me. And I needed to find my fit, but it was not a mistake, because the closing down of that business made me realize what I really like is talking to people about money. Then when I started discovering and having conversations with people about money, I was like, aha, what I really want to do is actually teach people about money. And then Centonomy was born. But I also made a very fundamental decision then to run Centonomy as an entrepreneur, not just a business. And when I say that one was a business, is that I never had intentions for it above what I personally could do. So we had the number of clients I could personally service. Yeah. We had, everything was about me. And when I tell you, I used to work probably from 6 o'clock in the morning to 1 o'clock at night sometimes, which is fine. Even in Centonomy, I've done that, but every day was not sustainable because it was completely around me. The clients did not want to be advised by anybody other than me. So when I started Centonomy, it was completely different because I realized, yes, I love the work. I love doing the work, but I can't build a business that is just about me. First of all, the burnout, but there's something about this particular mission that was about other people, was about the impact, was about significance that I couldn't even identify. I wrote in my journal in 2009 as I was starting Centonomy, this business will run without me. Not because I want to sit on the couch and be lazy, but I wanted it to be something that belongs to a community, something that belongs to other people. Where Centonomy is, I hope you don't look at it, oh, Waceke did a great thing. Don't ever look at it like that. Look at it like, if any inspiration you get from Centonomy, it's that we have walked the same journey. Those modules that we teach you in class are representative of our journey a lot, as well as journeys of people that you will find. Don't ever think, what can I do? Always think, what needs to be done? Those are two completely different statements. What can I do is now I'm limiting myself to my bank account, I'm limiting myself to my skills, my knowledge, my time. But given what you are doing, yeah, look at your flower shop and your flower business and ask, what needs to be done? Not what can I do? What is the opportunity here really telling me? And first of all, when I started Centonomy, so that anybody who's like, but my circumstances, I was in the deepest financial hole in my life, because when I closed this business, we were in debt. The first business, we were in debt. I had no sources of income. Yet I had decided I'm now going to venture and start this company that is all about helping people to create wealth. Can you see the irony in that? Yeah, can you see the irony in that? And it was to the point that even when I was going to meet clients, I would look at my car and see how much fuel is in this car. Does E mean 5 kilometers? You even start searching Google to see, yeah? Yet I'm going to meet the client and we're supposed to talk about your portfolio, your education plan. This is how you should invest. So can you see the internal struggle? Does anybody here face imposter syndrome sometimes? Because how you have to project yourself sometimes to your customers is that you have everything under control, but behind the scenes a lot is happening. But it was such a fundamental lesson, because I learned where I am and my circumstances. That's the first lesson I learned. Have nothing to do with where I am going. Those two are so separate. Yes, on our day-to-day lives, we work with our circumstances. But in our minds and how we start doing things, the people we hire, the people we look for, especially when it comes to aptitudes, have nothing to do with our circumstances. What needs to be done? So I want you to ask yourself that question. What needs to be done? Then you start getting answers. So even in Centonomy, as I started having the conversation, the first thing I realized, the customer, you guys went through design thinking. The customer needs more. What could I personally do when it came to the personal finance? I could help you with your budget. I could help you with your planning, education plan and things like that. But I couldn't help you with tax. I couldn't help you with property. I was not the superior expert in treasury bonds. I kind of knew how they worked, but I was not the person who knew them so well that I'm giving you the kind of high quality information that you need. Yeah. Just like this class has not been about me. I was not going to be the tax person. I was not going to be the accounting person. I was not going to be the digital marketing person. But even in that first class, I realized, let me create a product for the customer, not for Waceke. And always take even the good things that are happening to you. Yourself, what you're selling properties, those are good things. What is it telling you? What is it telling you about the opportunity? No, it's not about these 20 plots that you have. What is it actually telling you about the opportunity? So when I was doing it to my level, but yet clients were, do you know someone who does tax? Do you know somebody who does property? Do you know somebody who does estate planning? Suddenly my mind was forced to think, I'm not that person, and I had to get outside of my comfort. And for me, it was even the fear of asking for help, because I had sat in this dream world where I thought I could pull it off by myself. Oh my goodness, it would have been so comfortable if I could have done Centonomy by myself. Then it works in accordance to the time of the morning I want to wake up. The clients who only like me, it could have been so comfortable. But the customer, and design thinking is all about that. The customer was telling me, these are the areas. Thank you for your 4 areas, but the areas we need are 12. Yeah, and in all your businesses, even when I'm hearing you, I just want to hear, I hope you go allow yourself to ask yourself, what is the opportunity? And then start responding to the opportunities. For me, once that happened, was now asking people to come in and partner with me. So please teach the tax class. Please teach everything else. Please teach that. And that grew. And then even start in marketing. Because that is now the product. Who is this customer and where will they hear it from? Of course, they'll hear it from the people who come, but it removed me out of my shell. I did not intend to be on TV, radio, and the newspapers. It was not intentional. It was not in any business plan I could have anticipated that I would ever be on TV, radio. But this needed to be shared on a platform that is bigger than what I had. So I started going on TV, radio, not because I had money to pay them. Yeah, we have hardly paid for traditional media being there. It is because I had to believe that I have something that is worth hearing. Is it because I had done 100 clients? No. It is because from the 10 people I have done personal financial plans for, which is probably the number I did in individual personal financial plans. There weren't many before I moved to the Centonomy model. Because they're telling me their lives have changed because of that, this is worth being heard by many people.